Hey everyone, I am here with a fun tag video. It is the Wheel of the Year book tag. I was tagged by Katey Flowers. If you don't follow her, go follow her. She's amazing. She is a super well-informed witchy person who is very big into tarot. She has very well-informed videos about tarot and also talks a lot about things like social justice, especially she lives in Australia, so she just talks about issues regarding Aborigines and relationships with those of us who are descended from colonizers. So super informative, very interesting person, and she's super lovely. So go follow her. I've put the link below. So let's get started with the tag. The tag is, they're book questions, but they're based on the Wheel of the Year. So for example, the first question is based on Imbolc, and it's about new beginnings, and so it asks you, what series of books are you anxious to get started? So I haven't been reading a lot of fiction books recently, and I feel like I need to make more time to do that. There's two series I've been thinking about getting into. The first is the Infernal Devices series by Cassandra Clare. It is sort of, from what I understand, a very steampunky type of fantasy adventure. I do like reading, some fantasy, some good YA type stuff. I also am interested in reading the Wicked series. I know I'm really late on this. This came out, I think, in the 2000s, maybe the 90s, but I'm really, really interested. I went and saw the musical a few years ago, and I'm not a big musical person, like too much singing, but the story was really interesting, I thought, and the characters I thought were quite interesting, so I was curious to actually read the books. The other one I'm excited about is, for those of you who follow New Age Hipster, her channel, she has written a YA novel, and I think it's called Class of 1983, and she's launching it soon, and I'm going to put a link down to her Facebook event thing. I'm really excited for her. She's been wanting to write a YA novel for a while, and I'm curious to read it. I think it'll be a lot of fun, and I love supporting our community, so I think it'll be lots and lots of fun. So those are the ones I'm excited to get reading on. The second question is based on Ostara, and it's about light and dark and light overcoming the dark. And so what's your favorite light overcoming dark, happy ending type of book? And so I have to go with Harry Potter. And Harry Potter, classic tale about light overcoming darkness. When things are darkest, the light comes, and it's just, for those of you who love Harry Potter, I don't have to sell it to you. You know all about it. You've probably seen the movies if you haven't read the book. Everybody knows Harry Potter. Great book, but how can I fail not to mention Harry Potter? These books over there. Special spot for them. All right. Then for Beltane, the question is, what's your favorite passionate couple? And it doesn't have to be canon, apparently. I'm old school. I like a good Jane Austen book. I like a good 19th century type of classic romance. And as much as I love the Jane Austen books, and Katey Flowers mentioned Pride and Prejudice, which is a classic, my favorite, I'm going to have to give it to Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, one of the Bronte sisters. I love Jane Eyre. I love Jane's, integrity. I love her independence. But she also, she loves Mr. Rochester, and he loves her, but she does not compromise her values, and I love Jane for that, and I think it's just a really wonderful, happy ending type of book. It's got some like dark, spooky, gothic things in it. I love it. It's great. Crazy woman trapped in the Arctic, fires, ghosts. It's great. Yes. So the next one is Litha, and it's what character or what book makes you like kind of excited or want to go out and party. And I had a really, really kind of hard time with this. I couldn't really think of like a book that really made me want to get up and kind of, like go party or super enthusiastic. I'd have to go with like a non-fiction type book. A book that kind of, makes you, kind of kicks you in the bum a little bit. Things like Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert, the War of Art, things like that just kind of give you that little punch in the bum, so to speak. And then for Lammis, the question is, what foods or what treats would you like to try from a book? And I'm going to have to agree with Katey on here, and probably a lot of you will agree with this as well. Who doesn't want to try all the magical foods in Harry Potter? I want to try butterbeer. I want to, you know, taste a pumpkin pasty. I want a chocolate frog. I want to, you know, like, I want to eat all the wonderful, wonderful foods that you have in the Harry Potter series. How could you not? How could you not? And then for Mabon, which is, you know, the light turning to dark, is asking about what are you most proud that you've accomplished? Like if you're doing a writing project, what are you most proud of you've accomplished? So I am working on a novel. Yay. Not a lot of people know this. I don't know how long it's going to take. It could take years. I'm on chapter 4. What can I say? And there's probably going to be like 30 chapters. So, but I'm making progress. Slow but steady. Slow but steady is better than no progress at all. So I'm very, very proud of that because I've had this story in my head for a long time, and it's, you know, I feel like it's finally, you know, starting to come to life and stuff. And so I'm really proud that I'm doing that and that I'm actually, you know, making this happen. So excited for that. That's for sure. For Samhain, it's a book that connects you with your ancestry. So on one side, I am French Canadian and 13th generation Canadian. My father's family has been here since the 1660s in Canada, so that is a very long time. And then my mother is British. She was born in Britain, raised in Britain, moved here in the late 60s. So so on one side I'm like one generation Canadian, and the other side 13th generation Canadian. Anyway, crazy, I know. But so I feel like right away I think of like English type stories. So connected to my heritage, I'm gonna have to think about that one because I want to say the Jane Austen books, but my family heritage is not all hoity-toity, and a lot of the people in the Jane Austen books are, you know, a little bit more upper class than, say, my background. But, you know, I will, you know, maybe I will say the Jane Austen books because it is kind of that connection with Britain, a little bit of that nostalgia and romance. You know, I love, you know, Pride and Prejudice. I did see the Jane Austen Museum when I went to Bath, so let's go with all the Jane Austen books. Why not? And then for Yule, the question is what, you know, because this is about, you know, the darkest time of year, what story was really heavy, really kind of hard to go through, but ultimately had a hopeful ending to it. Now, I immediately thought of a movie, actually, so I'm going to be a little loose here and say a movie. I'm going to have to go with Pan's Labyrinth. I'm not sure if it's a book or not. Please, somebody tell me if it is a book. If it is a book, please let me know in the comments. But it is a heavy topic. Pardon me. Edit that out. It is a heavy topic. There's a lot of dark things going on in that movie, but ultimately it has a very hopeful message, and that's why I really like that movie, even though it is difficult for me to watch at times. I think that it has, you know, a pretty good message overall. So those are my answers to the questions. Those of you watching this, you are tagged. I want to see what your responses are. I want to see what books you come up with. You can cheat like me and maybe do movies if you don't read books. It's okay. But let me know. And thank you, Katey, for tagging me. This was a fun little tag video to do. Anyway, bye. Oh, I forgot my ending. Peace, love, rock and roll.